have enough in the
last 4 flights, slowly climb to 10-kilometer altitude, which will take about 4 minutes, turning off. This vehicle also incorporates changes that get us closer to the orbital configuration planned for flight later. T-minus 2 minutes, we continue to count down for Starship 15 flight. Talent load is complete in the liquid oxygen system on the Starship. Methane fuel load is also complete on the Starship. T-minus 1 minute. All systems remain go for the flight of Starship 15. We're getting ready to disconnect the quick disconnect from the vehicle in preparation for flight. Plus 30 seconds, Starship 15 is airborne as we get a view of the 3 Raptor engines as we're powering our way to 10 kilometers altitude in today's test flight. Just past 1 minute into flight, we're through 2 kilometers altitude. All 3 Raptor engines continuing to burn. Next major event, about 1 minute, is we will turn off the first of the 3 Raptor engines. Coming up at T plus 2 minutes, we appear to have frozen the view from the engine cameras. However, the Raptor engine's continuing to perform, and we've got shutdown on engine 3 on time. T plus 2 minutes 40 seconds. While we're trying to regain video from the vehicle, we continue to ascend. We have just passed the 8-kilometer point in flight. Everything continues to look good on Starship 15. Coming up on 3.5 minutes into flight, we're approaching the 10-kilometer altitude. We'll begin to hover here. We've had engine number 2 shut down on time. We'll now be moving into the hover with one engine. And then in a little bit, we will begin the flip over to horizontal position and begin our descent, where hopefully a ground camera will be able to bring us live views of the flight. Just past T plus 4 minutes into flight. We've got the views back from the Raptor engines. We get T plus 4 minutes 34 seconds. While we're working to regain video, it looks like we've got a shot looking back at the flaps on Starship. We're in the horizontal descent phase now. We're passing 6 kilometers. Now, a reminder, phase that's coming up as we get ready for landing, we will light 3 Raptor engines, flip the vehicle from horizontal to vertical. If things look good, we will shut down 1 Raptor engine and then possibly a second one and land on a single engine in the landing zone. 5 minutes into flight, Raptor continuing to descend. We're coming up on 3 kilometers altitude. We have ignition. Starship heading back to the landing zone. And Starbase Flight Control has confirmed, as you can see on the live video, we are down. The Starship has landed. We're going through the safing sequence in the flight computer right now. We'll be back in a moment. Well, if you've just joined us, you missed a great flight. Right now we have successfully landed in the landing zone, right on the concrete. You can see we do have a small fire at the base of the vehicle, not unusual with the methane fuel that we're carrying as we continue to work on the test vehicle design. You may be able to see water going on the pad from the water cannons. But again, Starship 15 powered by 3 Raptor engines. We have successfully launched it from our facility in South Texas, landed after a routine flight where we shut engines down on the way to 10 kilometers, executed the horizontal unpowered descent, and then we got some great views of the engines lighting up as we came down for a landing at a nice slow velocity onto the concrete landing pad. The past 2 weeks have been full of accomplishments by the SpaceX team. We've had the incredible launch of the Crew 2 astronauts on the Crew Dragon Resilience. We've had the first nighttime landing and recovery of the 4 astronauts on Crew Dragon Endeavor's flight last Saturday night, and 2 successful flights of Falcon 9 in the past 7 days, each carrying 60 Starlink satellites successfully into orbit. And now the SpaceX Texas team has flown a test flight of Starship with a landing back in the landing zone here in Starbase, Texas. Also like to remember, this is the 60th anniversary of the first American in space, astronaut Alan Shepard and his Mercury capsule, and SpaceX has landed Starship successfully on this date. Again, an outstanding period as we work to enable the future of human spaceflight and expansion into the solar system. And with that, we're going to conclude today's webcast with the views here of Starship 15. Thank you for joining us here at SpaceX, and have a good day.
Losing pressure here or something. That fire is still going on the other side, really visible on. There's some big vents from the sides there.
Maybe relieving some of that pressure might keep the methane from spurting out of there.
Well, if you can lower the pressure in the tanks, you don't have a big pressurized vessel that could blow, right? You could still ignite the methane, but it could reduce significantly your debris impact area. But again, you can see the water cannons going even more strongly now over toward where we were seeing the fire on a slightly different view here. But for those of you who are just joining us, because I am seeing our viewership climb quite extensively.
Chris,
here.
Look.
Oh,
I don't see the flames anymore.
Oh,
that's good. That's good.
This is
if the fire is, whew.
Yeah. This is the camera that we had the flames visible in it. I don't see those flames anymore. Massive venting from Starship.
Yeah, that's good. If the fire is out, that's very good, because what I wanted to say is, for those of you who are joining us, because I know our viewership is rapidly increasing here as we continue to follow the post-landing activities of Starship SN15. SN15 launched around 5:25 p.m. Central Time. Ascended to 10 kilometers, reoriented to its belly flop orientation, came back down, successfully relit all 3 Raptor engines, and successfully soft landed on the pad at Boca Chica. A small fire broke out around the base of the vehicle at landing that does appear to be extinguished now. The fire suppression system is off now at the pad, and if that is true, you're looking at the first Starship that successfully did it, and oh my gosh, can we scream in excitement now?
Oh my God.
No, still no screaming and excitement. Still no screaming and excitement. I'm glad the fire's
we're
out.
Not done. Yes.
Yeah, but we can see daylight underneath Starship. The landing legs. It's on the legs. It's not on the skirt. The legs aren't crushed or stacked back up underneath there. It looks like it's soft. It's soft landed on the landing legs.
It seems to be perfectly straight up. Yeah.
I
Yep.
mean, I don't know that with 250,000 people watching, I should bring up our Starship tilt indicator, but it looks pretty straight up to me. It's like a
It
protractor on the
does.
screen or something.
And you know, this does go a long way. You know, we've talked a lot about Starship development. We've talked a lot about the changes to SN15 would hopefully permit them to start, you know, figuring out this landing procedure and getting the data on it so they can continue to improve the software and the handling capability of the vehicle. The fact that it is standing, the fact that the fire is out is great. There's a lot of safing that still needs to happen, so we're not going anywhere just yet. But the fact that it's on the ground is a huge win, not just for SpaceX, but for the lunar landing program as well, and for the Artemis program. Because even though those lunar starships don't have to land like this, the successful reignition of the Raptor engines is still vital to the lunar starship. So this was a huge step for that program as well today. And of course, the bigger part of that step is going to be successful repeated redemonstration of this landing process now with 16 and 17.
And
because
we
this
have
is
news.
big.
Elon just tweeted that
Okay.
Starship landing was nominal.
Yeah.
Starship landing was nominal, like from the man himself.
Beautiful.
Wow.
So, man.
And exclamation
Congratulations.
point from Elon too. That's amazing.
Yeah, I think congratulations are in order for the team down there. They've been working really hard on this, and they've gotten really close in the past, but it looks like they have done it. It's just incredible.
Yeah. A lot of venting down there from the base suddenly. That doesn't seem to be from one of the vents we normally see. So
I
let's
wonder
keep
if it's
watching.
just some of the oxygen that they're venting out that's just getting caught in the wind that's
Yeah, I'm
circulating around the vehicle.
trying to see the angle to see if we can catch something. Their nose cone jail is sort of blocking our view.
Bad nose cone gel, bad.
I mean, it's hilarious. How did they planned this? Because here, nose cone jail is blocking the view. You go to danger cam, and it's hiding behind a hopper.
Oh.
I mean, it's almost like SpaceX intentionally landed right there. Luckily, nothing's blocking beach. Beach has that fantastic view.
I like how the frost is formed on the belly of it from when it was doing the belly flop, and all the fuel is on that windward side, and so now we have this this frost forming right on the belly. It's kind of neat.
So I guess I'm shaving my beard.
Yeah, when do we want to schedule that, Jack?
He's in the middle of it right now.
He's like currently, you know, we got the live camera on you right now, Jack. Just step in front of it and start to shaving, dude.